Welcome to Rex. In this video, we'll be learning about how to use Rex to arrange multiple graphs in a single figure. We can drag and drop more than one graph in a customized layout and save the figure as an image file. Let's first take a look at our data. Today we are using the Fisher's iris dataset, which is a classic in the field of statistics. The iris dataset contains 4 features: the sepal length, the sepal width, the petal length, and the petal width, for 50 samples each of 3 different iris species. Let's say we want to create a figure that visualizes the distribution of sepal and petal lengths for each species of iris. We must first use the graphics menu to create each graph that we want to arrange in our figure. Today we want our figure to have 4 different graphs: a scatter plot, box plot, 2D histogram, and a 2D density estimation plot. In order to make our first graph, we can go to Graphics and click Scatter Plot. We will place sepal length as our x-axis variable and petal length as our y-axis variable. Next, we will add species as our grouping variable. This way, each species will be displayed in a different color. Finally, we will click OK. Once the finished graph pops up, we will keep this window open. To make our second graph, we can now go to Graphics and hit Box Plot. Similarly, we will place sepal length and petal length as our variables of interest. In order to plot both variables in a single graph, we will hit Plot in one window, and next we will add species as our grouping variable. Now we can click OK. Here we can see our box plot. Make sure to keep this window open as well. To make our third graph, we will go to Graphics and click 2D histogram. We will place sepal length as our x-axis variable, petal length as our y-axis variable. Now we click OK. Like before, we will make sure to keep this window open. For our fourth and final graph, we will go to Graphics and click 2D Density Estimation Plot. We will place sepal length as our x-axis variable, petal length as our y-axis variable, and species as our grouping variable. Now we can click OK. With that, we have all 4 graphs that we want in our figure. Now we will click Arrange Graph to arrange the 4 graphs in a single figure. As we can see, a variety of layouts can be made for the figure. Today we will arrange our graphs in a 2x2 grid. Next, in Figure Settings, we can enter the figure title, customize the title size, and select the figure labels. Our figure title today will be called Test Layout. We will choose numbers for our figure label, and we will use the default text size of 16. In the Figure Size section, we can customize the figure width, height, and resolution. Today we will use the default figure sizes in Rex. Lastly, in the text size section, we can customize the text sizes for the individual graph titles, the axis titles, the axis scales, and the figure labels. We will also use the default sizes for this section. Once we are done setting up our figure, we can click OK. A window pops up with the figure arrangement. We can now drag and drop the graphs we made to complete the figure. Let's say we want graph number 1 on the top left to be our scatter plot. First, we must make sure that our scatter plot window is open. Then, we can click the graph and drag it to the location that we want inside of our figure. Now we can see that graph 1 of the figure is filled. Let's fill in the rest of the figure. We will place the box plot as graph number 2, the 2D histogram as graph number 3, and the 2D density estimation plot as graph number 4. Once all of our graphs are arranged, our figure is complete. This figure can be copied onto our clipboard using Copy, or saved as a variety of file formats using Save. Lastly, if we click Settings, we are able to change most of the customizations we made, excluding the figure layout. Overall, as we have seen in this video, we can use Rex to arrange multiple graphs in a single figure. Thank you for watching today's video in Graphics in Rex Pro. Don't forget to like and subscribe to RexSoft's YouTube channel for more informational videos on statistics, data, and how to use Rex.